Well, so Maruti Suzuki has finally made a Dzire which looks desirable from the outside. But ignore the bad puns, this car really does look smashing on the outside, and the visuals simply do not do justice to its gorgeous looks. You should check out this car at a dealership near you when it is officially launched on the May 17th. The new Maruti Suzuki Dzire has been shortened from the front, extended from the back, and lowered overall to make it look a lot more balanced as well as proportionate than the outgoing car. And this design really does please the eye. Gone is that stubby boot from the back, and the new Dzire looks a lot more proportionate and a lot more classier than the outgoing version. Well, not only does the new Dzire look striking on the outside, it is also built on an all-new platform. This car shares its platform with the Maruti Suzuki Baleno. Maruti calls this the Hard Tech platform, and it is about 100 kilos lighter than the outgoing car. And what that lighter curb weight essentially means is that this car will be a lot more fuel efficient than the outgoing version. And we predict that this car will have fuel efficiency figures of about 28 or 29 kpl claimed by Maruti when it officially goes on sale on May the 16th. Well, but not only does it look very posh and upmarket on the outside, it also looks very smashing on the inside. So let's get inside and check out the interiors. Well, not only is the new Dzire desirable to look at from the outside, the cabin also is really very stylish and feels very upmarket and very posh from the outgoing car. And Maruti really has improved the overall fit and finish. The top of the dashboard as well as the top of the door pad are really made from soft feel materials. And you get this nice 7-inch screen over here. It has Apple's CarPlay as well as Android Auto system on it. And you also get 2 airbags as well as ABS with EBD standard right across the entire range, which means that safety is taken care of right from the entry-level version all the way up to the top-end variant. Well, one of the biggest changes and the highlights in fact of the cabin is the fact that you get this all-new steering wheel. It is a flat bottom steering wheel. It feels nice and sporty to hold, and this nice leather wrap around it makes you feel like you are driving in a much more posher as well as more upmarket car. Well, the seats on the Dzire are just as good as the outgoing car. In fact, these seats are very similar to the earlier car. The support for the lower back is excellent. You also get these nice bolsterings on the side, and support for the under thigh is also very good. The seat scob itself is very long as well as very wide, which means that if you are someone who's on the heavier side like me, these seats should be comfortable even on those longest of long journeys. Well, because we are Autoportal, we will talk about practicality, and this car has big door bins. It also has 2 cup holders right over here. There's a big tray right ahead of those 2 cup holders, and there's also a small tray right behind the gear lever. So overall, a decent place. The only negative is that the glove box is really very tiny now. Well, yes, I am sitting inside a Maruti Suzuki Dzire, and as you can see, I have loads of knee room here, which is something which the earlier car did not have to offer. And Maruti engineers have really carved out a lot of room inside the cabin, especially in the back seat, as you can see. And as always, I have adjusted the front seat for my driving position, and my height for reference is 5'10". There is some place below the front seats where I can stretch my feet, and headroom also is pretty okay. So if you are someone who's about 6 foot in height, you should not have a problem in these seats. The seat cushioning is very good. The backrest angle is also excellent, and you also get your own AC vents now at the back. So the Dzire's biggest agile heels limited rear legroom is finally sorted out, and Maruti really has done a fantastic job in terms of the comfort over here. Well, Maruti Suzuki has also increased the width of the car. It's about 40 millimeters wider than the earlier car, and what that means is that you get a lot more space over here now in the back seat. So these seats are now much better at accommodating 3 people for those long journeys. Well, another good point about the Dzire is the fact that you get these huge windows at the back, which means that the cabin feels a lot more brighter than it already is. And the other good point is that these doors at the back open really nice and wide, which means that if you have older people at home, then those older folks should really find getting in and out of this car a very breezy affair. But of course, if you are someone who travels all alone in the back seat, then all you need to do is simply pull out this armrest and keep a couple of drinks over here for those long journeys and enjoy the backseat experience of the all-new Dzire. Well, so Maruti Suzuki has finally answered one of the biggest grouses that buyers of the Dzire had, and that is of course limited boot space. Now the older car was about 315 litres in terms of boot capacity. This one, as you can see, is much more massive. It's officially 376 litres, but the best part is that the aperture is huge and really is very wide, which means that you can really shove in those big boxes without any issues. And there is a bit of a sill also, but it's not a big issue because it really is a very deep boot. Now, in terms of space, it isn't the biggest boot in this segment, but in terms of usability as well as practicality, this is more than enough, and all the boot actually that you will ever really need to send your mother-in-law back to the airport with her entire luggage in. What hasn't changed though are the engines, and Maruti will retain the same 1.2 litre VVT petrol engine along with the 1.3 litre DDIS diesel engine. Both these engines are high on efficiency and deliver very good torque as well. You can not only choose a manual gearbox on both these engines, but you can also choose the popular AGS automatic AMT gearbox on both the petrol as well as the diesel engines once this car goes on sale. Well, so Maruti Suzuki will officially launch this car on the 16th of May, which means that just in time for the summer vacations, and it is a car which you should definitely go out and check at a Maruti dealership near you. It really is a very good product. We haven't driven it. We will of course drive it very soon. But if you want to know more about the engine as well as the AGS gearbox on this car as well as the comfort, we've also driven the Maruti Suzuki current Dzire, and you can check out our link over here below. It's bye for now and hope to see you soon.